what is going on? My name is Timpedia. Welcome back to TNT Podcast.
Damn, already
No.
this up.
I'm gonna remember. I'm thinking.
I ain't remembering.
I don't know how you're gonna remember.
I'm
It's
thinking
been
real hard.
so long.
Episode 167.
Yeah.
I am your host Timpedia, and on my right,
It's Friedman, also known as Andrew, but mostly known as Friedman.
and on my left.
Yeah, just Tyler. Let's just get into it already. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, everyone, it's E3 week. Let's go.
MLG horror.
E3, isn't that an E3?
It's not permanently canceled. I was surprised because they
It's
said
Jeff Keighley presents.
Yeah. the
So
remains of E3.
So was he doing the whole gaming showcase thing, or like did each show just get Jeff Keighley?
I'll be honest. I only watched the first day, and I'm like, oh.
So it
This
was like
guy.
a shared thing? Like he was hosting? I legit didn't
Yeah.
understand because I saw all the headlines about the Xbox showcase, and then a day later it's like PlayStation showcase, also Jeff Keighley, and I'm like, wait, did he work with both companies, or is this like a fake E3 replacement?
Yes.
Wasn't the whole point of getting rid of E3 anyway? We're not getting into that. Jeff Keighley's already ruining the industry with the game.
You sure you don't want to get into that?
And we could
No.
do a light because like it's E3. The physical event is gone, but like we're at the point where
the digital event.
they're digital events, but like everyone is like, hey, everyone's really excited and looking into games. Let's try and compete for attention a little bit. Like the whole idea was no one wanted to fight on the same day for announcements, but now it's like, all right, well, Xbox did their shit last week. Let's take over the media cycle now that they're done talking.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of doing it close to each other, but they're not like physically on top of each other.
Well, to that, we have 4 different events basically that we have some notes from. The most are by far from Xbox, mostly because that's the only one I gathered any news from. But just to rattle off a bunch of games and stuff, Fable trailer with the guy from IT Crowd, because that's the only thing I know him from. I'm sure he's huge.
Oh, that's who that was. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know why he looks so familiar.
Val and I never even finished that, but she had me watch some of it years ago.
I refuse out of pure
Oh, it's because you don't want to be hurt like that?
I don't want to be hurt like that. You're absolutely actually though.
No, but yeah, so Fable happened. We didn't see any gameplay. The video was funny. It's funny for a game that has such a big impact on my life. The amount of times I've played Fable 1 and the fact that 2 of our most like developed games in our group for D&D over the years were based on Fable. I never finished 2 and I never played 3 once, but okay, I guess I'm interested in this new one.
Not gonna lie, I'm excited to play the new one after playing all these random D&D games set in the Fable universe.
Freeman, you know what you could do right now? You could just redo all of Fable 1 alone and buy the anniversary edition of Fable 1.
I could, but that requires like time to play video games.
Which you have a Steam Deck, Freeman.
I know I have a Steam Deck, but I have other games I want to play,
I wonder
including
how Fable
one that
1's on the Steam Deck, Tyler. Since I
I can't pick it up. I don't know why I keep leaving it in my car for some reason.
That seems dangerous.
It is. It's very unlike Tyler, but
Oh,
I've been doing a lot of weird shit lately. So.
damn! Wow.
True.
On top of that, Tyler, this is the big one, I'm sure, for you, and if Aiden was still on the show.
Right.
Cyberpunk's first
Phantom Liberty.
Okay. Hey, typing's hard on your phone, man, okay? Sometimes the autocomplete ain't great. No, but Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty has been announced. Is there a release date? I forget already.
Yeah, September something.
Okay.
Hold on.
This was my reminder that I'm getting close to my peak playing Cyberpunk window, when I'll finally be able to play the game in an actually good state and not have to do the launch version like Tyler, you did.
September 26th.
Okay.
Which I'm conflicted
Uh-oh.
because this comes out at the same time that the next game that we're talking about comes out, and it's gonna fuck me up because I planned on starting a new character for Cyberpunk to play Phantom Liberty.
No.
Oh shit.
So it's coming out at the same time. Starfield finally got shown off. I didn't watch any of it because, frankly, after
Yo, my dick is hard.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Before we get too into Starfield, one thing I wanted to bring up about Cyberpunk. A lot of people were bringing this up that with the expansion, they're changing the requirements for the game. So there was a lot of controversy about this, whether it's going to be people who are able to play it on their PCs and are able to play the expansion or not. But I think this is just like such a non-story. Like it's almost a mini sequel, even though it's called an expansion.
Well, so I mean, as soon as if you ever play Blood and Wine, Friedman, you will understand in The Witcher 3.
I will play Blood and Wine. Do they actually like enhance the game engine for it?
Not really, but it's if it's a similar scale, like that whole new region is like a third of the size of the main region. Again.
Yeah, Blood and Wine I feel like was basically its own game.
Like a mini sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they charged like $40 for it too, or something like that, when it came out, or was it 30?
Like a mini sequel then.
I can't remember. Actually, I don't remember. I don't know. I don't feel like looking that up live. I feel like it wasn't that bad. But even if it was 40, I would have been like, this is worth the most full price games. Like
this whole package is easily worth the $100.
Yes. 100%. But yeah, I'm looking forward to both. Also, I'm very excited because I like Idris Elba, and Idris Elba is in Phantom Liberty.
Oh no, is he the new face? Or no, they had Keanu come out.
No, because Keanu's there too. He came back for stuff. My only issue is, and I was talking to Michelle about this, is that we both agree, because there's an ending in Cyberpunk that we both really enjoyed, and it's definitively like for most people it is the ending for the game. Or like the most liked ending, I should say, I guess. I won't say it because of spoilers for you, Tim, but like we're upset that we're not going to see like the resolution to that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's okay. So I don't know. I might try to blow through Cyberpunk and then get to Phantom Liberty. Or I think Starfield comes out the 18th.
Oh, so that gets first.
So I might start that and then do some Seasong. I don't know. I'm pissed because Starfield was supposed to come out on my birthday in 2022.
Damn.
Maybe
upset. Maybe it'll get delayed for the 5th time, like Cyberpunk, and I lose all sense of like sanity. We'll see.
Here's a thought, Tyler. If Phantom Liberty launches at all even half as bad as the main game was, it's probably better to just play. I mean, Starfield, it's probably...
Bro, so Starfield is going to be fucking buggy as shit. Don't even start.
See,
don't even at me.
I would bet money that the Cyberpunk releases just fine, because they're like, there's no way we can pull this off a second time. Like, we gotta do good this one.
The flip side there is that Phil Spencer came out after Redfall was a crater and was like, we did not get hands-on enough with this developer, and we were not riding their asses enough to make sure they put out a good game. We are devoting many resources to Starfield.
Many. This is gonna hopefully save Microsoft.
It's so funny. I'm just imagining a bunch of people who like work on Word and Excel going over to help Starfield. I know. That before I say anything,
resources.
I'm very aware that that's not actually how that would work. But
that's exactly how it worked. Don't even.
The thought of Phil Spencer being like, Excel is on ice for a month. Everyone needs it anyway. What are we? It's fine. Just go help Starfield.
Just go help Starfield. Like
they are temporary Bethesda contractors. Let's go.
Go look for typos in the code. We don't care.
I swear to God, if people start clipping through that carriage at the beginning of Skyrim in this game, it's the same thing. They clip through the spaceship in 5 minutes, then we're fucked.
You could definitely make your whole HR department just play testing it.
It's just, oh my God, you triggered it, Freeman. You're reminding me of The Office when they have their giant PR nightmare where someone puts a phallic watermark on a bunch of their paper. And Kelly takes all of accounting and puts them on the phones, and all of them are absolutely terrible at it. It's the same exact thing. Oh God. But yeah, Starfield and Cyberpunk. I didn't watch any of Starfield stuff. I'm assuming it looks good, like you said.
Oh, it looks great.
Star Citizen finally came out,
I
everybody.
was literally about to say, I was like, we got Star Citizen after all.
Yo, it is crazy to read, like, what was it, like a week ago on Reddit? I didn't put this in the notes, but, like, Star Citizen has gathered more money than, like, Red Dead 2 and, like, 3 other games have, like, massive games. Or some, maybe not, but it's, like, or the development time is ludicrous. Obviously, that's true, but I remember backing Star Citizen in 2012, was it? 2013? When it was on Kickstarter. And anyway, we're not getting into Star Citizen. I keep mixing it up. It's Starfield, Star Citizen.
Starfield, Star Citizen. I feel like they did that shit.
Speaking of stars, Star Wars Outlaws, also known as, hey, did you guys want to play Star Wars Bounty Hunter? But that we canceled that game? Well, then here you go.
Yes.
It's time for that game to get remade.
Fucking sick. Thank
Bounty
you.
Hunter remastered.
Again, didn't watch any of it.
No force powers. Let's go.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Any Star Wars game where you don't have force powers is usually better.
Really?
Well, no,
it has to rely
that's
on
kind of bullshit, but
force being cool.
I was like, I'm ready to hear this.
No, that's pretty
actually.
bullshit, but that's coming from the guy who loves to play KOTOR and do gun runs, where I'm a Jedi gunner instead of a Jedi lightsaber guy.
Man, you like Jedis and guns? Well, I have the game for you, Tim.
What?
Jedi Survivor.
God I know.
My name's Calvin Kestis. Those videos crack me the fuck up every time. Like,
what are you talking about?
Oh, I need to find them. It's so like there's the mutton chop and so like people have been like doing like a southern accent and like my name's Cal Kestis and the Empire wants to take away my laser saber.
That's amazing.
I have every right to carry this. I'm a God loving Jedi and no one can stop me.
I'm a force loving Jedi. I go to Force Church every day.
Force Church every day, every Sunday.
I don't think there was any gameplay of this, right?
No.
Yeah,
not really.
I'm not gonna trust it until then.
There might have been some like quote in-game cutscene stuff.
Bullshit. That's like when we talked about Alan Wake last time, and I was like, I don't know how much of this is actually real Alan Wake. Although a lot of that did come out true in the, I think it's not even on the list, but the Alan Wake.
Oh, I was about to say, we can talk about Alan Wake
because you and I actually watched that.
There was one other thing that announced the Summer Games Fest. I realized we didn't put on here that we do want to. So after we're done with the Xbox, we'll talk about stuff from the Summer Games Fest.
Okay. Well, Alan Wake was out and looks creepy, and
I'm a snap by because I'm a sheep.
Well, I'll wait to, as I don't get to play video games anyway. I'll wait to hear what you say because
you can like
because like I have
live vicarious. I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna start my own Let's Play channel.
You wanna?
And I'm gonna take all the subscribers. Yeah.
My subscribers new.
Yeah, because then they'll get to see a real Let's Player fucking stuck at a video.
Wow. Yeah, Tyler, you wanna? Yeah, why don't you go die to that thing at the start of Jedi Outcast or Jedi?
Actually, I found that boss, and I'll tell you what, I got my fucking ass.
Oh, really?
No, because this is different, all right?
Oh.
Listen, it's different. Because you can't backstab this guy, right? You can't, like, Dark Souls jump on his back and take out half his shit. Nah, bro. He comes out swinging. And I had 11. It doesn't matter how many canisters you have, because he hits like a fucking freight train. 3 hits, you're dead.
Yeah, and
minimum.
I did that at the beginning of the game, not later. So like I fucking.
And let me tell you, I'm late game. I was late game. I was into post game when I found him, and he just raped the shit out of me. I did him so many times. Michelle's like, maybe you should lower the difficulty. And I'm like, absolutely the fuck not.
I can't let Tim win. Fuck you.
I can't let Tim win. No. This one's different. This one is different for sure. I know. You gotta look at it. Listeners, y'all know what I'm talking about, maybe. I don't. Whatever, man. That shit was hard. And I'll tell you what, the rest of the game, I don't think it was that hard either.
No. Some of the bosses
But
were tough, but anyway,
man,
we're not
Jedi
here to
Survivor's
we're not here to review Jedi Fallen Order.
Survivor, you mean?
No, remember I was talking about the boss and.
Well, yeah, but it's also in Survivor.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
That's what I was talking about. They brought it back for Survivor.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. I thought you were talking about in Fallen Order. Okay. Payday 3. I guess people finally stopped buying.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Persona 3 remake.
No, Payday 3. I'm guessing that people finally stopped buying masks and cosmetics for that game. So. Okay.
Tim, did you look at the trailer?
No, why?
It's fucking Payday 2.
Payday 3 is?
Just look at it.
Yeah, I know it is. No, but
it looks like shit.
No, Tyler, I wasn't saying that it's a new game. I'm saying they're like, well, time to find a way to suck more people back into this. Oh, hey, let's just
slap a 3 on it.
Yeah, slap a 3 on and slightly tighten it up and take.
Because I'll tell you what, it doesn't look any different, honestly.
I'm sure they have their engine. They're sticking. I don't even know what engine that's built on. Friedman.
Oh yeah, Persona 3.
How crazy was it to hear?
Dude, we got to talk about this one. So the intern for Atlas fucked up multiple times throughout the weekend. So the second Summer Games Fest starts, the intern's like, "Oh shit, this is the day that our trailer goes live. Let me just put it on Instagram." Not realizing that their trailer doesn't go live until the following Sunday at the Xbox Game Showcase. So for like 3 days, we knew about these 2 Persona games coming out. The first and the big one is the Persona 3 remake. That game that had that trailer that I didn't think existed on the internet because it got deleted. Totally existed, and it looks like they just took the Persona 5 engine, stopped capping it at 1080p, and just made it look good again. And I am all for it. I love Persona 3. It is by far the most difficult game in the Persona trilogy of 3, 4, 5 to get through.
Oh yeah, I remember talking about the trilogy of how 1 and 2 don't exist.
1 and 2 don't exist. And 1 and 2 are also a trilogy because 2 is 2 parts. Anyway.
Like literally doesn't exist.
Point is, I am so excited. Persona 3 is so much darker and different in tone than 4 and 5 are, and I'm all for it. So I'm really excited.
Freeman is literally never going to finish Witcher 3, Tyler.
Nope.
Nah, because Persona 3 remake isn't coming out for a long time. They're showing
off.
And
how long have you been playing Witcher?
Well, I finished playing Witcher. I've just been on pause for like 7 months now. I'll probably pick it up during the holidays. But point is, Persona 3 remake, very cool. It only means that I'm not going to play Persona 3 Portable, even though I've been like debating on like if I was going to play it when I go on vacation later this summer, if that was going to be the airplane game. But it's like now I really don't want to play Persona 3. I'm going to play the remake at some point next year. But another game that I am actually not excited to hear about, Persona 5 Tactica. Listeners, Persona spin-offs suck. Don't play them. I got roped into playing Persona Q, thinking it was going to be a good idea. It was not a good idea. And this looks a lot like Persona Q3. So just don't. Just tell Atlas we don't want more Persona 5 games. Just make Persona 6 already.
Lol, Lamau, why do that when you can keep redoing 5, 4, and 3 for a million years?
But then in terms of actual Persona 6, Atlas went and announced another game called Metaphor ReFantazio, which if you watch the trailer, it's just Persona 6. I don't know why they're rebranding it. Like they got rid of the like social link aspect, but like character designs, all the same demons from the Shin Megami Tensei franchise are all there. The menus system are oozing with Persona 5 style. They even have like the director and composer who left Atlas to not work on Persona shit came back to work on this game, which all it tells me is this is just Persona 6. It's just not in the same franchise because they don't know how to personify it. But this looks super cool. Very excited. No release date for it, but it seems like the cool new Atlas RPG coming up. All right, let's move on to something a little more realistic.
I mean, this was just cool. So Microsoft Flight Sim is pretty radical. And
who actually plays it though? Actually, like
Tyler, the people who long ago went down the path of buying a joystick and turning that into an entire flight setup.
I mean, I played the original when I was a kid. I could never land the plane, but it was a lot of fun.
There's a guy I've watched on YouTube occasionally who just plays this game, and it's like super. It's one of those kind of like relaxing watches. Or it's also funny because people get really into like being the tower and stuff like that, and actually like using callouts and everything. It's kind of cool, but. Get ready to fly around in a dragonfly from Dune, which is the craziest. Who came up with this?
The same people who came up probably with the fucking Pelican.
The what?
The Pelican from Halo?
No. Tyler, I'm saying who came up with the idea of putting this in Flight Simulator?
Yeah, the same people who probably came up with the idea of let's put the Pelican from Halo in Flight Simulator.
Yeah, but Microsoft owns Halo. Being like, oh, hey, you know what's hot right now? Dune, the sequel, is coming out sometime next year, so
yeah,
let's just let you fly around in it.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to come up with ideas. Right now, you're being a butt right now.
You know what's
Honestly,
an idea?
I'm all about fictional planes being in Flight Simulator. Not
Oh,
gonna lie.
totally.
I'm all about it.
Don't get me wrong. I think this is super radical to do. I just am like, I'm astounded that this exists. But you know what? I'm not astounded it exists. The sleeper hit of whenever it came out, but Hellblade 2 got announced.
Why are you upset about it? I'm
confused. No. I'm surprised. I'm not upset. I'm the
You're
opposite.
surprised? I guess I'm kind of surprised too.
I remember for years hearing about Hellblade as this like super artistic, like I always heard it had the weirdest descriptions and the trailers didn't help at all. I played it for like an hour or two thanks to Game Pass a while ago, but all I hear is like it low key has just got really good reviews across the board. So Hellblade 2, cool.
Oh yeah, bought it on Steam and never played it.
I mean, it's pretty good. I did play it. Actually, I might have even talked about playing it on a long ago podcast episode. Probably. I beat it actually when we were in Tall House, actually.
Oh my god.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Which I know is just over 5 years ago, because I think Leslie posted 5 years since she got her dog, and that was during the Tall House saga.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah, but isn't that a long time ago? Isn't the passage of time just going too fast? I agree.
Anyway, speaking of
Henry was only born 2 months ago. Doesn't time fly?
Stop.
I can't believe he was born and had his first birthday all in the span of 2 months. This kid is wild.
Right.
And started
fucking
walking.
Crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, you guys haven't seen that yet.
Oh, is he doing full unmanned flights?
It started on Saturday. Literally, if you guys had been able to come here on Sunday, with obviously.
Listen, Freeman was dying. I was like, I didn't feel like doing anything.
Yeah, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying, like, he is a mobile child now.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the new level of danger he's capable of.
Oh, it's a lot. He walked today.
It's a lot.
Today he set a new record of walking like 10 steps. And he tried to climb into the bathtub, which is big danger. So that was immediate.
Is the bathtub big danger?
Tyler, my dad has a scar on his chin from as a baby smashing his chin into the.
Oh God!
So I grew up seeing a spot where my dad's chin hair didn't grow because of this scar on his chin. So
damn,
yeah,
that's
paranoia. But last thing for Xbox. Yo, that Like a Dragon series, that's where I guess we're taking Yakuza somewhere else now. Yeah, it's in Hawaii now. So apparently the main character from Yakuza Like a Dragon is just going to wash up on the beach in Hawaii, and that's the next Yakuza game.
Huh.
How the hell do you just like wash up in Hawaii? That's a long distance to float.
I did not watch the trailer. But I'm sure it's going to be hilarious. I wish I had more time in my life to play new Yakuza games. Although flip side is seeing the JRPG-ness of the Like a Dragon game was supposed to be good, but at the same time I'm like, but if it was real nice as Kiryu to like literal murder people all the time.
A literal murder people.
Like I still think Yakuza 0 is like one of my favorite games ever, and I would recommend that to anybody. And it is so satisfying to beat the shit out of people.
You know what? That's the airplane game I'll do. I'll do Yakuza 0.
Ooh, Friedman start Yakuza 0.
It's like I've been dying to play the franchise at some point, and I saw like as much as I loved playing on PC, they were on sale for like 1 and 2 were on sale for like $5 each on PlayStation last week. So I grabbed both of those. But I was like, that's what I was asking you the other day. I was like, do I start with 0 or do I start with 1? Like, what's the deal?
No, 0 is
or Kiwami. I mean.
No, 0 is like peak. It does go down a little bit because I didn't play 1 and 2 until Kiwami came out, but like there's a lot of game there, and it might just be because 0 is so fun and good, but like it definitely feels like Kiwami and Kiwami 2 kind of got built on older games a little bit and then kind of got pushed into the 0 engine.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're good, but I just like you're gonna play 0 and you're gonna be like, I'm okay with Yakuza for a while, but that was awesome.
Gotcha. All right, that's what I'm looking for then.
Jumping over to Summer's Game Fest.
Yeah,
which is just E3, technically.
Yeah.
We already talked about Alan Wake, but that was at this instead of the Xbox thing, which is weird because they own Remedy, I think, don't they?
Yeah, it was weird because I think Summer Games Fest started earlier, and then everyone had a bunch of everyone's like, even like the Capcom Direct, which I think is technically was part of the Summer Games Fest. I'll just bump it. I'll bump the one thing up into this section.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's not being cooperative.
But the other cool thing, which I remember Tyler being shockingly hyped for, was we saw more stuff for Warhammer 39.9K Space Marines too.
Was that actually shocking though?
I didn't.
Oh no,
know.
you were gonna be surprised about anything. I was just surprised about 3-player co-op because I was like, that's it. This is the next LP.
This is the game. This is the game. This is the LP.
One.
No, motherfuckers, we're supposed to play Ready or Not, assholes. I hate this. Yeah, but that was supposed to be it, and I've been waiting. I've been playing.
All right, so do we want to
owning my crack deal,
Tyler,
whatever?
It's almost like there's a reason the podcast gets delayed by at least 2 weeks every time because of scheduling conflicts at this point.
All right, so what? We'll do it next Tuesday. We'll never watch Witch from Murphy. We'll eventually get around to it.
Yeah, fuck Gundam. Let's go. Those high school kids will be there forever.
The season ends next week.
So we'll binge it someday.
And we're on episode 2.
Big whoop.
Damn, big whoop, he says.
Damn.
Look, we got our moment. That bloody hand, we got our moment. Okay, it redeemed itself. We'll watch it eventually. It's on the list.
All right.
Oh God, but
I'll take over the next one.
Yeah, this is for you guys.
Yeah, so we got the trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I was shocked we got it at the Games Fest because with Square Enix, they can only promote one game at a time. Only one game ever really exists because if you're trying to promote another, it means you're not promoting the new big game. And at this point in time, when this came out, Final Fantasy 16 was only 2 weeks out. They still hadn't even released the demo that they were really coy about whether it was coming out or not, and ended up being probably one of the best demo releases in terms of building hype for a video game. But they bucked the trend and decided to put out the trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which looked super nice. And they did confirm early 2024, which is great because we've been waiting a long ass time for this, and I honestly had no hope of it being released anywhere earlier than summer of next year. So getting that early 2024 in the trailer, super nice. Go ahead.
I was like, I don't even think I give a fuck anymore because 16. Whew. Whew. I know, Freeman. It's really hard to have me keep this from you. Like, God damn it, it's so good. It's so good.
I know. So it's interesting because I'm on a bunch of different, although like the JRPG and the Final Fantasy subreddits, and just it's been nonstop, like day after day, people arguing, is this even Final Fantasy? Is it too different? And then everyone's arguing about how there hasn't been a real Final Fantasy since like Final Fantasy 3. And like the discourse around this game is wild. That everyone's just like, this isn't a real Final Fantasy. It's an amazing game, but it's not Final Fantasy. And frankly, I don't give a shit. If it's a fun game, it's a fun game.
Yeah. So I'll say this. Wait, you didn't play the demo, right?
I didn't.
I
was gonna play the demo just to like satisfy myself and then get back to studying. But
I'll say I was telling my buddy this. It is the most Western Final Fantasy I've ever experienced so far. Like, literally take Game of Thrones. Like, take Final Fantasy, all the Final Fantasy stuff, and put it into a Game of Thrones dark fantasy setting.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying it seems like the creators were just watching Thrones when they wrote this.
Legitimately. But it's super cool because it does the thing that most fantasy doesn't do, and it's kind of it's either full send everything's magic, or like we just don't use magic enough, like to the point where it's like, is magic even a thing here, right? I mean, I can't say it all does that, but like it does it like in a very like nonchalant like kind of way, I guess. I don't know,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I like how they do the magic bit. I like the plot. I like the characters. The main character is whiny as always, but like, that's most Final Fantasy games. But like I think it's cool. Like there's a lot of weight. There's a lot of weight to like just a lot of the shit, and I'm really enjoying going through it, and I can't wait for you to start experiencing it.
I'm so excited for it.
Also, there's a dog, and you can pet the dog.
God damn it! This is a millennial game,
dude. It's great.
You have the power now.
Yeah,
all right.
The power.
And let me get
yeah,
the last item through Summer Games Fest, and we can circle back to your thoughts on Final Fantasy because I'm curious. Are you gonna talk about it all in the watch plate, or is this it?
No, I wasn't gonna, because I didn't finish it yet, so I was like,
oh, gotcha. All right. Anyway, let's power through here. The last thing I thought this one's super important was the Capcom demonstration. I don't know what the hell they called it. The Capcom Expo section. They announced that there's a second Ace Attorney game collection. So for anyone who's been playing Ace Attorney, they released the first 3 games on like pretty much everything a while back. It was on Steam. It was on Switch. I don't know if it ever made it to Games Pass, but they announced the Apollo Justice Collection, which is a weird way to name it because Apollo Justice is only the main character in Ace Attorney 4. But 4, 5, and 6 are finally getting released. And for anyone who's been into the franchise, the only way to play 4 has been on an actual physical Nintendo DS. There's no digital way to purchase that game. You had to physically own it. And then with Ace Attorney 5 and 6, they were eShop exclusive. And for anyone who's been following the drama around that, the eShop is already closed. So for anyone who wanted to play these games, there was no easy way to play 4, 5, and 6, and they're finally making it accessible. So I'm super happy about this. I honestly doubt we're getting Ace Attorney 7. This franchise seems to be in a weird, funny spot, kind of like with Mega Man, where it's just like we're just going to keep releasing the games that people have already bought and are going to keep buying. But I'm at least happy to see them making it available for anyone who is interested.
Okay. Having things available in more places is literally always better.
Yeah, Capcom's on this weird era of just like making everything available, and I'm for it, but I just kind of want more sequels. Not gonna lie, because most of their sequels recently have been pretty good.
Street Fighter 6 is apparently really, really good.
I'm just waiting for that next Monster Hunter announcement. Not gonna lie. All right, so let's jump over to PlayStation Land for some quick some very small announcements, because most of these were game demos and trailers for shit that I don't personally care about, and I don't know if you guys do either. But the 2 things I did want to talk about here, first and foremost, is Sony's been like teasing for a while now that they were going to do this handheld streaming device that's meant specifically for streaming your PS5 locally over Wi-Fi, and it's meant to be for that market of gamers who, like, if you have a Steam Deck and you want to play it, but you have a powerful computer in your house, you can use, I forget if it's called Moonlight, I forget what the software is, to basically just have your gaming PC stream it over to the Steam Deck, so you can still play in higher resolutions or higher frame rates and whatnot, and you don't have to rely on the processing power of your Steam Deck. And Sony was like, hey, maybe there's a market here who wants to play PS5 at home, but they don't want to be on their TV because either their family's watching a movie or someone else is doing something else on the big TV, but they still want to play in their house. And they announced Project Q, which I don't think they gave it a real name. It's still called Project Q. And immediately everyone was like, this is just the Wii U. And the Wii U like wasn't successful, even though it was a novel concept. But Sony's still going down that route anyway. I mean, one thing if the handheld was capable of running any type of software on its own, but it seems like it just doesn't have anything on it. Like, if this was meant to compete with like I forget what it's called. Razer has their own handheld gaming product now. Logitech has their own now. Where you just had some type of one where it was like an Android-based device that could also do these like PlayStation 5 streaming functions. That'd be cool. But I don't think it can run anything on its own unless you're connected to the same Wi-Fi network as your PS5. So this thing seems like it's dead on arrival.
I mean, the thing's already out in stores now.
Wait, it's already out?
I think, yeah.
Please
I
tell me
saw it in the store like the other day, I think.
Please tell me this shit is not actually sold as Project Q.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely out. I saw it in Walmart.
No way.
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe I'm tripping.
You are tripping. It still says it's set to release in November.
Oh, maybe it was just a
Oh, may have been a
display
box
box.
or pre-order for it.
Yeah, maybe it was a display box. Never
Where
mind.
the
Forget it.
fuck-
I'm high, apparently.
I just want to know what they're calling it. Is it literally just releasing as Project Q, all one word? This is so dumb.
They're like, yo, listen, if Octopath Traveler can get away with it just being called Octopath, we're just gonna do this.
See, I thought Octopath was bad, and then Project Triangle Strategy happened.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Anyway, speaking of triangles, Metal Gear Solid Delta, aka the Snake Eater remake. So this one was wild because I was watching the trailer. I don't know if it was live, but like the whole time watching, I'm like, when is it going to turn into a Metal Gear trailer? And then just at the very end, you see Snake. Bam, the music plays. I'm like, all right, fine, that was good enough. But the big question on my mind, as well as everyone else's, was especially after what happened with Metal Gear Solid 5, is David Hayter voicing Snake? And then we got a trickle of information throughout the week from Konami, who's super duper happy to be back in the game publishing business after just spending years and years only making pachinko machines.
Telling us to go fuck ourselves? Yeah, you're right.
So like, oh, it's like we have the entire original cast coming back, which then later got clarified as we are reusing the original audio of the game.
Yes.
Which made everyone be like, well, hold up. Now it sounds like you're trying to phone in this remake. What's the deal here? So it sounds like this is, and because they're not going to be changing any of the audio, there's going to be no story changes, and this is purely a visual and gameplay update, which is certainly interesting. I'm still down to play that. I think Metal Gear Solid 3 just with a fresh coat of paint probably still holds up as a great game. So I'm excited for this. Anything to hear David Hayter's Solid Snake again, or not Solid Snake, but Snake.
Yeah.
Rap battle.
It'll be good. I'm hoping. Who knows? It seems almost like a cash grab. I'd rather have like a new game.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think with the way Kojima is with Konami, I doubt if we get another Metal Gear, he's not going to be involved. And then that opens the whole question of would Metal Gear without Kojima be good? Which opens the even bigger question of would Metal Gear still with Kojima still be good?
Well, we will literally never find out, because why would Konami bother putting development money into it when instead they could just put out remakes?
And then use that remake footage in their new pachinko machines.
I have an even better idea, but it's not gonna work. Be like, yo, why don't you guys just make new games?
Nani?
Yeah, you know what they could do? Bring back Silent Hill like everybody wanted.
Oh, hey. Well,
I still can't get over people preserving their consoles because they had that demo on it.
Oh, PT?
Yeah.
God, remember when that happened and everyone was selling like PT PS3s for like hundreds of dollars on eBay?
Yep. I should have sold mine, honestly.
Between that and people selling PS3s that had Marvel's Capcom 2 on it, like these Japanese companies just don't understand it.
Ha! You can't do that with any Nintendo stuff because Nintendo won't sell you anything anyway.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, oh no, wait, no, I can't do the Nintendo transition. We still got one more from the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I added a new one because I was like, so I think I talked to you guys about it, but I wanted to bring up Marathon, Bungie's new game, because man, Bungie really fucked my whole thing up when they came out with Destiny and Destiny 2. So much for their 10-year plan on that one, but So I don't know. I stopped playing Destiny and I saw Marathon. I never liked the original Marathon. And was it Tim? You said you never played the original Marathon, right?
No, there's a YouTuber named Lord Mandalore, funny enough, who did a really good series recently on the Marathon series. But I've
I remember I started watching him recently because you recommended him.
Yeah, he's real good. He's actually slight tangent, Tyler. I like rewatching him a lot more than Ross these days.
Yeah, because you said Ross. Because Ross has the. Actually, it's funny because Ross came out with a new game dungeon recently,
and I forgot to tell you.
Shit's like an hour and a half long. I was like, Jesus Christ!
It's so long. It's so much.
It's so much video. I'm still gonna watch it though, just because
I
I
watched
still
it. It
like
was
the
good.
vibes,
It's a sequel to one of the ones he already did a video on, so it was fun.
yeah. But I didn't like it. I remember playing it on the 360 when it came out for the live arcade, and I was like, wow, this is like one of the worst fucking Doom clones I've ever seen. I was like, how did Bungie continue making games after this?
How did this turn into Halo?
But like actually though, like dude, I did not think
The
Marathon
power
was
of the
good at
Mac.
all. But they're coming out with this. And it's gonna be, I guess I'm assuming it's gonna be a single player game because
It's hard
Destiny
to
is a
assume anything like
multiplayer.
that these days.
Yeah, true. Who knows? Oh, we'll see. I'm gonna give it a shot,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's not good, I'll never touch another Bungie game ever again. Easy, easy. But yeah, they didn't really give out too much information on it. It was a teaser.
Yeah, they basically said marathon, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's marathon!"
Oh my gosh, Marathon. Yeah, you know what's funny? I can almost guarantee you 99% of the people that are like, oh my god, Marathon, never actually played
Oh yeah, they
Marathon.
just recognize the name.
Yeah, they recognize the name, and I almost guarantee you they never played Oni either, and that both those games were shit.
Oh my
So
god, Oni was
yeah,
on the
you
original
remember that?
Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, and it was PS2. It was PS2 also.
was it? Oh,
It was
also okay, because I remember
PS2,
playing it a little bit and being like, "This is way too hard," and totally
PC.
stopping.
It game was shit. It controlled like shit. It was garbage.
Damn.
Bargain bin fucking. I remember seeing the cover in Toys R Us. I'll never forget it. Cause I was like, yo, this game looks sick. It's got like a fucking kick-ass anime chick on there. And like the cover was like holographic. Like it looked sick as hell. And then I think I played like a demo of it or something like that. I'm like, wow, this game sucks. And then it wasn't until like Halo 2 when they said like, they're talking about Oni. I forget what the hell they what's it called? What it stands for. Oh yeah, Office of Naval Intelligence in Halo.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, why does because they say Oni, I'm like, why does this sound familiar? Why does this symbol look familiar? And I was like, wait a minute. Wait, they made this game? What? And then I was gonna play. Then I played Marathon, and I was like, "Oh, Marathon! Bungie made this game. It's gotta be good." I was like, "Oh, uninstall,
Oh no.
uninstall." So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Damn. I just
Oh
think it's
man,
neat because it's talk about a series that did not need to come back.
yeah, yeah. It didn't need to come back. I am interested in seeing it though. Like it's something different from Halo. It's something different. Obviously, they haven't touched Halo in years now, but I mean, Destiny was basically Halo, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to give them the stuff because, like, they're at the end of the day, their games are like they play super well. Like Destiny plays very well.
Yeah.
It's just the gameplay loop just wasn't there. And I was talking to uh my friends about it the other day. We were talking about because they've been getting into Warframe again, Tim.
Oh yeah.
boy.
So yeah, I know. So we were talking about like because they're very similar games, except one's a third person, the other's a first, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it was there's so many quality of life things that Warframe did to save itself, and Destiny started off so strong and then just took a shit because it refused to, I don't know, do a lot of things that people wanted in terms of like longevity, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Warframe just adds a bunch of stuff, and it's like, yeah, you could pay for all this, but like
Yeah. At the end of
it's
the
gonna
day,
be a
Warframe
freemium
has
game.
been free.
Yeah, it's been free, and you know what? Bungie will be like, "Oh, well, Destiny's free, yeah, but if I want to keep up, you're gonna make me pay $50 for an expansion
Mm-hmm.
that I'm gonna beat
Yeah.
in 2 weeks, and then even then, and like that's the worst part because if you want to compete in any of this other stuff to like get the good stuff, you have to pay so you can do the raid and get all this other cool shit. Like it's like World of Warcraft, but
Like they
the
have a subscription
lifespan
fee, but they're just hiding it from you.
they're hiding it from you. But here's the other thing too, like unlike World of Warcraft where you have an expansion that comes out after every life cycle of like, I don't know, 3-4 years, maybe 5, more like 4, Destiny comes out once a year, like clockwork. And if you don't get that expansion, you're out.
Yeah, what's the
Like
point?
your competitive edge and like whatever you have with other people is gone. Like you can't, like it's hard to play the game. It punishes new people. Where Warframe apparently they were like, oh yeah, like we know it's a kind of a steep learning curve, so we're going to make this whole new section just for new players. It's a new player experience.
Wow, nice.
To get you acclimated to the game and its systems and what it does, and it takes you like through an interesting, like I did most of it. I didn't do all of it, but like I did it, and I was like, oh, this is like kind of cool. But like kind of baby steps you like through the different systems, like how quests work and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm not here trying to peddle Warframe either. I'm just like,
I mean,
I
I
wish
played Warframe and not Destiny, and I really enjoyed a lot of Warframe. And I tried, like, remember when we were living at Val's family's house, I tried getting back into Warframe for a little bit, and it was fun.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ton of content there, and playing that game is really fun.
Yeah, it's I just wish Destiny was better. I wish Bungie was better. So we'll see what happens with Marathon. I didn't mean to go on that tangent about Marathon. I just love Halo.
It's okay. We can switch to Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo Direct time. So this is a weird Nintendo Direct. I'm just gonna say it. Writing's on the walls. The Switch 2 is gonna get announced probably within the next 12 months. It's just a question of when is Nintendo willing to pull the plug?
Wasn't there a
Because
headline
right now,
like today?
Wait, what?
I thought I saw on Reddit some interview where like the someone from Nintendo, some higher up, confirmed that like they were going to use the same account system on their next hardware.
Oh yeah. For the inevitable transition to the next console, that your Nintendo Switch Online account. Because now that like with the like going from Wii to Wii U to Switch, like Nintendo didn't used to have subscription services. Their virtual console model was still a little wonky. People still feel pretty shafted that any game you bought on the Wii that was a like virtual console game didn't move forward. And I think they're at the point where like they can't get away with that anymore, especially with how much people have sunk into their Nintendo Online accounts. That it is going to be moving from one console to the next. But with this Direct, Nintendo doesn't want to say anything. They want you to buy Tears of the Kingdom. They don't want you to think that fun's over, Switch is dead, don't buy our console. But with this particular Nintendo Direct, there weren't a lot of heavy hitters, and there's like almost no word of what's coming out in the second half of the year. The three big takeaways, I know there were a lot more than what I put on here. I just put the three that kind of mattered to me. First and foremost is the Super Mario RPG remake. For everyone who doesn't know, Super Mario RPG was a very strange game for Super Nintendo, a collaboration between Nintendo and SquareSoft. And this was the first Mario RPG that tried to take a platforming game and make it into like your standard 16-bit turn-based battle game.
And guess what? It was a banger.
It was very good. I didn't get a chance to play it as a kid. I made like 3/4 of the way through the game. I think it was last year. I was playing on one of my handheld emulators. Game is still phenomenal. It's hilarious how well they managed to translate certain like core Mario aspects into an RPG. If you've ever played like the Paper Mario games or the Mario and Luigi, it's not the Superstar Saga, the Mario and Luigi RPG series, like this is where they originated from, and I would say go back and play them. But if you don't like old graphics, the remake now, I don't want to say it looks spectacular because I don't like the art style, but like it looks pretty. It's modern graphics, everything's nice and round, everything's bright and colorful. From the sound of it, they are not necessarily keeping the original soundtrack. They may do like redo all the tracks in a more modern sound palette, for lack of better words, but it sounds like the whole soundtrack is going to be kept intact. Which is wild because it seemed like for years Square didn't want to touch this and they didn't want to let Nintendo re-release it or anything. But it's coming out. And I don't think we're gonna have to wait that long for it. The next announcement was another Mario one. This one was pretty interesting. So for anyone who played like the new Super Mario franchise, especially on the Wii where it went multiplayer, it was a lot of fun. But Nintendo kind of wrote themselves into a corner when they made the Mario Maker series, because any cool levels Nintendo could come up with didn't matter because the community probably already came out with cooler, more fun, more unique levels using Mario Maker. So with this game, they had to get creative with it, and I'm just gonna call this game going forward Super Mario on crack, because the whole gimmick behind this is there's these certain flowers or power-ups you grab during the level, and all they do is they just make things like they're on acid. Suddenly pipes will start wiggling around, shit will start getting bigger and smaller. Mario will start stretching until he's like Long Cat for a level where him and all the other enemies are all just super long. Like, this is an acid trip of a Mario game, and I'm 100% there for it. But it also has all the multiplayer aspects of the new Super Mario series on Wii. So I think this is actually going to be a really interesting title. If I can find anyone who would want to play co-op Mario, I would buy this. I'm probably not going to purchase this game, but I think it's really cool and I like what they're doing with this. But then for the game on this list that I might actually purchase, Pikmin 4. I'm a huge Pikmin fan. I didn't play 3 just because I didn't really like the Wii U. But they confirmed that Pikmin 1 and 2 are coming out for Switch, and Pikmin 4 is coming out in like a month. They showed off some more gameplay footage, and there's like a full 10-minute gameplay video hosted by IGN now, where they show off like the new Pikmin types and whatnot. It seems like it's gonna be the best Pikmin game to date. So like, if you want a console, what is this? It's not even like a RTS game. It's the closest thing you'll get to a console RTS in the modern era. Go look at it. And then last thing, this is super unimportant. The Metal Gear collection, which I think got announced when Metal Gear Delta, the Snake Eater remake, got announced. But the Metal Gear Collection 1 is coming to Switch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When the Metal Gear Collection 2 comes out, which I think there was some leak online that it's going to be like Metal Gear Solid 4, Peace Walker, and like Acid or something. I highly doubt Metal Gear Solid 4 is coming to the Switch. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was some type of streaming version available.
Metal Gear Solid 4 needs to leave being trapped on the PS3 before anything else happens.
Well, I mean, it's inevitable it's going to be part of Collection 2. The question is, I don't think Collection 2 is going to make it to Switch. But Collection 1 is making the Switch, which is super cool. Because all three of those games are good. And then, like I was saying before, all this entire Nintendo Direct, the lack of like big, heavy-hitting games coming out now, all points to Nintendo more likely not making an announcement at the end of the year or early next year about what the Switch 2 is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's literally the exact same form factor, but just like beefed up internals.
Who knows with Nintendo at this point?
It's weird because like I feel like the Switch is the culmination of a lot of weird shit they've been trying ever since the Wii. And the fact they've shut down their handheld games division to focus on the Switch tells me that they gotta keep it. It has to stay their handheld game thing because otherwise they have to spin up a second console. And I don't think Nintendo wants to do that. I think they
clearly don't need to do that.
They've settled on being this consolidated market. Like they're aware that mobile games have taken over what the like DS space used to be. But their Switch is good enough that it can be a console that also still dabbles in the handheld space.
Not for nothing, everyone seems to have chased them also. Like the Steam Deck is a Switch PC.
Yes. Yeah, we've kind of hit this weird spot where like all of like the low level games you used to see as being like Game Boy games, those have all moved over to cell phones, and now we have this beefy middle space between console and phones where the Switch lives, where the Steam Deck lives. There's a lot of competition now, but I think, obviously, if Nintendo didn't have their IPs, no one would give a shit. But the fact that they do means that Nintendo will always be competitive in this space.
All right, Friedman, let's talk about the last thing before we
the last one. This one got announced today. So for listeners who haven't been paying attention, I've been playing Guild Wars 2 since launch. And I believe it wasn't even 2 years, like a year and a half ago. They came with their third expansion, which was kind of noticeably lacking in content, felt a little formulaic with how their expansions have been lately. So in a recent announcement, they said they're going to start moving into a mini expansion model where instead of full price expansions, they're going to be smaller. When an expansion drops, not all content in the expansion is available day one. It's more that you get permission to access the content as it rolls out. And they announced the first expansion is called Secrets of the Obscure. They announced 3 different content waves that are coming with it, and it's priced at $25, which I think is perfectly fair for an MMO that doesn't have a subscription fee. I'm excited for it. They're introducing a lot of changes I've been asking for, like making it so that you don't like there's classes in the game, and each of them has subclasses that have unique weapons. They're starting to make it so you don't need to be in the subclass to use the unique weapon. So they're adding an insane amount of build diversity to the game. So I'm curious how it's going to impact the PvP side. I don't play PvP. I just like playing with all the weapons I can and make my character look cool. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, Guild Wars 2 is in a weird spot where now they've settled on the idea that they don't want to go dormant for a while working on expansions. They want to be constantly releasing content so that people feel like they should be playing the game. It almost feels like this is the MMO equivalent of like a battle pass.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, where they want to have just a steady drip of content that you pay in more frequently than just once a year. And I get it. As long as the content to price ratio is fair, I'm fine with it. And yeah, they'd have to do a lot wrong to convince me to stop playing Guild Wars 2 at this point, because I've been playing for over 10 years. But yeah, that's all I want to say about Guild Wars 2. Still, fresh off the presses with that announcement.
Fresh off the presses.
We talked plenty about being over the pond, but it's the other pond.
Yeah, let's do some Weeb shit. There's been a hodgepodge of random news and announcement. The new anime season is in about 3 weeks, so we already know like all the shows that are coming out. They've all started releasing promotional images, new trailers, new character shit. Rent a Girlfriend has had like a trailer for every single girl in Rent a Girlfriend, even though we know all but one of them. But let's talk about some of like the more important announcements in the last week or so. First and foremost, the Megumin anime ended. I haven't seen the last episode. I still have to see the last 2. But the last scene of the Megumin anime is literally the first scene that Megumi's in Konosuba reanimated. And they closed out the season ending by showing the poster for Konosuba Season 3, which they unfortunately confirmed won't be coming out till 2024. So, mega disappointed. This shit should have been a winter show this year. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
So, genuine question. Do you think animation time spent on Konosuba 4 was spent on the Megumin show first?
I don't think so, because I don't think the same studio that did Megumin is doing Konosuba 3.
Oh, okay.
I can double check on the background, but
I mean, it's fine. I mean, it is what it is either way.
It's weird. I mean, I'll probably end up delivering my verdict on the Megumin show during the next podcast we record.
Yeah.
But like, how do I put this? Megumin isn't enough to carry a whole show. Like, I love her as a character, but she's just...
Your entire first Fable character was Megumin.
And I don't regret it. I still love it. She was... If anything, the campaign proved that Megumin works best when she's in a group of other characters to be her foil. But when she's on her own, she's a little too one-dimensional to be a main character and just
What do you mean,
funny.
Friedman? That doesn't sound true at all. How could you say that about your pillow?
Damn.
I think it's that pillow has been locked up for a while now.
I know, and I'm the one who fucking bought it for you as a groomsman present. So that
curse
is not
you released upon this cursed land. But anyway, Konosuba 3 is gonna be great when we get Cosmo back. Because not gonna lie, he's what we're here for.
I think it's pretty balanced. I think Konosuba, it has one of those party dynamics that you actually enjoy the whole, like the ensemble is what makes it fun, as you just described with the Megumin show.
Yeah, it really just doesn't help that I don't like it. Just the writing wasn't that creative for the season. Like, I watched an episode where the whole plot is they're on a cart that's going to the starting town, and all 3 times the same thing happens. They're attacked by monsters. Union defends them, and everyone like praises them, like, oh wow, the Crimson Demons are strong, but Megumin didn't do anything. And then the second time it happens, they do it again. And the third time it happens, except this time Megumin does an explosion. And then the end of the episode is like, wow, Megumin was the strongest. And it's like, motherfucker, this wasn't even funny the first time you told me this joke.
Val and I watched 5 episodes of this, and I feel like we got more than enough out of it, because we saw the first explosion, and we saw the moment where Union gave up her chance at advanced magic for saving Megumin's life. And I feel like we don't need any other plot or anything else out of this show now.
Yeah, when you first told me this, I was very upset, but now I think it was 100% justified, and you guys made the correct choice.
Damn, the correct choice.
Look, I love Megumin. I don't love her spin-off.
No,
right?
I'll just say that. We'll get to this later, but there is not a ton that, unless like Mother's Basement or Gigguk put out videos that make me want to watch other anime next season, there's only like 3 shows on my plan to watch, so this season might be the big catch-up season coming up for us.
Gotcha. I wish I had that problem. There's too much good shit next season for me.
Well, anyway, let's keep going.
Anyway, yeah, moving on. So, Netflix land.
Not anime related.
2 big announcements. First and foremost, Netflix released the live-action One Piece trailer. For everyone out of the loop, they're doing a 8-episode season of live-action One Piece. And I gotta say, as someone who is not invested in One Piece, I get a cool perspective on this, because I'm an old-school anime fan who's just has no skin in the game here. I watched the trailer. All the characters look super accurate. Zoro looks badass. But the actor who plays Luffy, he's really going for that ball of energy, shonen protagonist energy, which I think is cool in an anime. I do not think this translates well to anyone in real life. I'm concerned it's going to be like not Ein. Oh my god, what the fuck is his name? Ed and Cowboy Bebop, where it's just this does not translate to a real human being. It's just too jarring. But I am definitely willing to give this an episode to see if it's not too cringe to watch, because I think that it looks like it's trying to be very accurate. I'm going to commend it for that. I just don't know if it's going to be good.
All I have to go off is Gigook's reaction thing that he did, and he said it seemed like semi-promising and that they put some effort into making it not look like... It looks like a soundstage, but it looks like a nicely modeled up soundstage.
Yeah. It doesn't look terrible, but yeah.
Oh, look terrible.
That's what I've said about most live action anime projects, and look how they've all turned out. Anyway, next big thing for Netflix. I don't know why this came out so much earlier. Originally, the Black Clover movie was supposed to come out on my birthday, July 16th. Let's dox myself here. But it came out a full month earlier on June 16th. And for a brief period of time, I think it was the #1 watched movie on Netflix. And it's kind of interesting. For anyone who's out of the loop, Black Clover is this long-running shonen anime franchise that I think it was maybe 2 years ago. The anime went on hiatus because they'd caught up to the manga. And then later on, they announced they're going to do a movie that's going to sort of lead into the next arc, and then they would pick up the anime after the movie. So the movie finally comes out. And from what I can tell, this is very much a Hero Academia-esque situation where they're like, we just want to show a lot of really cool fight scenes, but we're not really going to like make the plot work all that well. So a lot of, how do I call it, surface level fans, like one of my close friends, he does not watch Black Clover, but he loves all the openings, and he always sends me fight clips because like, this show looks badass. And I'm like, yeah, their fight scenes are badass. The rest of the show isn't. And I feel like this was really, really grasping at those fans who just love Black Clover for the cool fight animations. So I still need to watch it and give my take on it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really watch Black Clover for the plot. The plot kind of sucks. I'm more here for the cool fights. So if the movie satisfies that, so be it. But people are calling it a masterpiece when it sounds like it doesn't deserve it.
No way. Overhyping anime? Crazy.
No way. A shonen anime movie being bad? Who could have thought? Moving on. Tonikawa. Tim, how far are you into Tonikawa this season?
So we're done. And it's in my watch section. I can go over it now or not.
I just finished the Hot Springs episode, but I don't think you're
catching up. No, I'll save it. We can save it for next time then. I don't want to. We don't have to double dip on it. I'll put it on the show for next time.
I don't know what the deal with it is, but they announced a 4-episode OVA series. I'm under the impression that he's offered a teaching job, and that's what the plot of this is. Did they cover it at the end of the season?
No, this has nothing. The end of the season doesn't even imply a little bit that this is coming. Gotcha.
So this may not necessarily be the next. Is it? I'm asking these questions even though I know you don't know the answer to it. I'm like, does it seem like this is canonically the next story arc, or does it feel like this could be like a random spinoff? Doesn't really matter.
I mean, it probably could be, but I mean, look at the show we're watching. Come on, there's
there's no plot line. Either way, I'm excited. There's more Tonikawa content. So always welcome.
I swear to God, if they cheap out and they don't make a new opening, I'm gonna be disappointed because both openings were very certified bangers.
Oh, so only semi-relevant because we'll talk about Demon Slayer later. But I didn't realize that the singer of the opening voices Tsukasa in Tonikawa.
It does sound like her. That's so funny.
Yeah, I didn't realize she voiced her as well. I thought she just did the opening. But yeah, that's her. All right, moving on. The reincarnated as a villainous franchise. I forgot they were having a movie, but they confirmed that it is going to come out December 8th. So that way it can be in theaters, make its money, then leave before the 22nd when the Spy Family movie comes out in Japan.
Hell yeah. Villainous, let's go.
Yeah. Given that Crunchyroll did heavily promote this franchise, I'm wondering if Crunchyroll...
Nope.
They will definitely get streaming rights to it. I don't think they're releasing this in U.S. theaters, but like I'm really hoping they get streaming rights sooner rather than later because I'd like to see this.
I don't even know if I'd want to go watch this in theaters.
No, I wouldn't want to see this in theaters. But I feel like this is the kind of franchise that lends itself to a 90-minute plot line and working a 90-minute plot line well. So I feel like
all the comments on Reddit were like, "So who's gonna get kidnapped by an evil person who turns out to be good?"
Right.
What dark brooding character are they going to introduce in the first 30 minutes only to reveal he's the villain in the second half?
I still want Tyler and Leslie to finish this show.
It is a good show.
God, you guys were so close to like the funniest fucking episode in the entire world.
Man, I don't know what you want from me.
I want you and Leslie to watch anime, and that's like
life is
impossible.
hard right now.
Wow, it's almost like that's why I can't play video games.
Nah, you can play video games.
Oh, okay.
You can now.
Sorry,
you can.
I'm gonna get to the 5 anime we finished since the last podcast when we get to that part.
Anyway, speaking of video games, Fate Samurai Remnant got announced. We had known about this for a little while. Loose concept is, and I don't know how this is going to work timeline wise because it takes place before the Holy Grail was smuggled into Japan. But at some point after the death of famed swordsman Miyamoto Musashi, so anyone who plays Fate Grand Order knows that he is a famous waifu. His / her
what the
son.
fuck? That makes you upset because I read that book. I read Book of Five Rings.
I'm just dying because Freeman's like, I don't know how this fits in the timeline, and Giguk has one of his funniest videos ever about how the timeline is so absolutely stupid.
But I'm gonna whine more about that. I have 2 opportunities to whine about Fate during tonight's episode, and this is the first one. So, Fate Samurai Remnant, we know it's some type of action RPG thing set in like old Japan, where the son of Miyamoto Musashi, Miyamoto Iori, is going to be a master in another Grail War. Except it's just like none of the mage families are involved. Everyone who's involved is like a badass samurai who also has a servant. But we knew that Miyamoto Iori's servant is going to be Miyamoto Musashi, but it's not his dad. It's the female version of Fate Grand Order.
Oh my god!
Of course, of course it has to be.
Tyler, they want to shit all over what in the book you.
The whole point is that history doesn't make sense, and to add on to this, to make matters worse, I need to talk to you guys about the moneymaker waifu from Fate Grand Order.
Oh, no.
My favorite, one of my favorite waifus, my first SSR and my first Grailed servant in Fate Grand Order, Jolter, aka John d'Arc Alter. In the plot of Fate, the creator Kanoko Nasu has said that because Jeanne d'Arc died not regretting the fact that she was burned at the stake, that she truly died for God, her spirit is forever enshrined and can't be altered or corrupted or made evil. Despite that fact, in the first chapter of Fate Grand Order, Gilde de Rais is under the impression that she hates God and everyone around her because of the punishment she went through when she died. And he summons a fake version of her, an altered version of Jeanne d'Arc that we've all just called Jolter. And then Fate Grand Order has spent years upon years explaining to us that the only reason Jolter, who's like, while she's also a super dark, evil, badass version of Jeanne d'Arc, is also a massive fucking chunibyo. Like, hilariously canon chunibyo.
What?
Yes, because the Fate plot is goofy. They
and you want us to get into this?
Tyler. No. I need to explain why this is bullshit. So to make this worse, they spend every year they'll have what they call them interludes. It's just sections where you and individual servants in Fate Grand Order can just elaborate on their lore. Jolter won't shut the fuck up about how she can't exist as a real servant. The only reason she exists is because this weird plot line at the beginning of the game, and that when all of this is over, she will go away and never be able to be summoned again. And then the trailer for Fate Samurai Remnant finally comes out, and we see half the servants. And who the fuck is Lancer in this war? But Jolter, a servant who shouldn't exist in the main timeline, who they've spent years drilling into us that she will never appear in any other Fate material. And Jolter fucking shows up as the boss in the Fate Samurai Remnant trailer. I don't know.
Tyler,
is this a cash grab? Probably.
Tyler, you know the meme of the raindrops and black and white footage over. You tell them that you're fine. You say you're fine, but you're not fine.
Yeah, but you're not. Yes, literally.
If we had our cameras on right now, that would be both of us.
Literally. Tell us we're wrong.
Sorry, I just wanted to rant about this.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, regardless, this game looks kind of anus. It is a very, very weird anime style where everyone has these.
Can't wait to play.
I don't know if I want to play it. The gameplay doesn't look. The gameplay looks a little weird, but there's lore implications here, which means I need to at least watch YouTube videos about it to understand the greater impact of Jolter versus Musashi in the waifu versus waifu.
I fucking
Fate extended franchise battles.
I hate it.
I love it. I'm in way too deep on this shit.
Oh my god. Freeman, speaking of throwing us way back like a million years.
Yeah, anyway, then moving on. The Rurouni Kenshin remake is next season. So we got the final trailer for it. Opening song is included in it. It's starting July 6th and it's going to run for 2 cores continuously. That's 26 episodes of Rurouni Kenshin. I did not watch the original. So I'm wondering how much I'm going to enjoy it not having any kind of attachment to the franchise. but I know Leslie's super hyped for it. And Tyler, I don't know how big you are on
Yeah, that was like Leslie's thing. It was like, well, I was like, you guys know she told you the other day, but yeah, that was like her thing. That and
yeah.
Wolf's Rain.
Yep.
I don't care.
Understandable.
I keep mixing this up with Inuyasha and being like,
Oh,
Val,
fucking
Rurouni
how?
Kenshin. Tyler, I didn't watch either of them.
Because there's two people, they're wearing red outfits,
No.
there's swords.
Yeah, but also
I
they're
will
90s
say,
anime that I didn't watch.
I loved Samurai X, and that shit was a banger.
The only reason I say this is because I keep going like, oh my god, Val, your favorite thing ever is coming back, and then she's like, Rurouni Kenshin's not what I watched him, and I'm like, ah, shit, you're right, I forgot.
Damn. Yeah, no, because Samurai X, like if you watch the movie, right, and then you watch Rurouni Kenshin, two completely different things. Arguably, not even the same character, but that's the point. I watched Rurouni Kenshin. I just I don't know. It was one of those that a lot of people were super hyped for, Leslie included, and like she was always excited about it. I never really cared about it.
Is this a remake, Freeman?
Yeah, it's a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake.
Oh my god, Leslie's gonna finally
Like
watch
literally, it's like Samurai X was dope because that was when he was the Batosai. It's fucking sick, bro. Like do you at least know the concept?
Hell no.
No, okay, so Kenshin was this badass fucking swordsman, right?
Sounds like
and then
fate.
Huh?
Saying
Fuck
sounds
you.
like
Fuck you. And yeah, like and it's during the time where like everything kind of gets changed over where like they outlaw weapons, they take away Japan's Second Amendment rights, and no one's allowed to carry swords really anymore. Kenshin.
I love this plot synopsis.
Dude, that's literally what happened. So it is what happened. And so he was this badass swordsman. He still carries a sword, and he vows ever since his lover died during the war. He's like, fuck it, I'm not gonna work for the government anymore. I am going to be my own man, and I'm gonna be a pacifist, basically. And so he walks around with this sword that has the blade on the other end. So the curved part, which would be the edged part, right, is blunt. So when he fights people, he hits them with the blunt end of the sword.
Okay. Except when he really needs to kill someone finally.
Oh yeah, when the first time he flips it to that, I mean, he doesn't kill anybody.
But it's badass.
But he threatens to kill someone.
He threatens. He's like, yo, and everyone's like, he flipped the fucking blade. That's crazy. And it's cool. It's a cool show. It does some cool stuff. I just never really cared. But Samurai X was a little bit more my flavor though, because he's literally like, I'm gonna go up to these people, kill them. War is bad. War is bad. It's a lot darker. Whereas this also it's a little bit more not so grounded either. You get some colorful bad guys sometimes that have unique abilities. So I don't know. I probably won't give it a try because I'm already so far behind on everything else that I'm just not probably gonna give it a try.
Yeah, I gotta decide what I'm looking at for next season because there's a lot of shows I think are gonna be super shit, but I still need to try the vending machine isekai versus a couple other bangers. We got Jobless Reincarnations next Monday. We got Jujutsu on the 6th. Bleach is coming back on the 8th. There's a lot of good shit coming up. Anyway, let me round out and get out of the weeb shit so we can talk about what we watched, played. But last thing is that Anime Expo is this weekend, so I would not be surprised if there are some cool announcements coming up because Anime Expo is becoming this bigger and bigger thing where Japanese companies are willing to save their big announcements for this as opposed to the big anime festivals in Japan. Last Fate announcement, Fate Strange Fake is having its premiere that weekend. I don't know when it's coming out on Crunchyroll, but it is I think it's a 1-hour OVA. I'm super hyped for it. It's the American Grail War. Gilgamesh is going to be there. I'm hyped.
This is going to be the next Oshinoko where Freeman has us all watch the 1 hour.
Speaking of which, the Oshinoko finale is tomorrow, and I have no idea how the season's going to end because I feel like they didn't leave themselves enough for like a super duper hype ending. I still love it. I'm going to say right now, I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. I think I'm going to end up settling on a 9 just because I really like the show. But I still think Oshinoko is really good. Huh. But anyway, that's it for the Weeb shit.
Well, now we can finally. What?
I said, let's go back to talking about anime.
Well, this is American anime. You know, that's really what we're here to talk about.
American anime.
So, pretty impressively, there is a movie that came out in theaters that we all in our friend group, all 6 of us, went to go see at separate times. Well, mostly Freeman with me and Val. Across the Spider-Verse, my lauded top 4 movie of all time. The sequel is finally out, and also lauded as Freeman's "What Is Wrong with This Frame Rate" movie.
I'm very conflicted again.
Across the Spider-Verse came out, and we all went and saw it, and it was. I think we all agree it's an absolute banger.
It's just Tyler,
your Letterboxd score says otherwise.
I don't know. I thought it was 5 out of 10. I thought the heart meant I hated it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It's a must-see. This is a must-see movie.
I went back to see it a second time purely just to watch the animation and not pay attention to anything else, and it was an amazing experience.
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'll quote myself on this in that, the fact that I know that this isn't going to get Oscar Movie of the Year, not animated movie of the year, makes me upset proactively.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think
just saying that.
I mean, I think it is a shoe-in for. I don't know what could possibly come out in the second half of the year that takes animated movie of the year, but yeah, this was incredible. I think I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I still think it's absolutely incredible. I think as time has gone on, unless I'm obviously I'm going to watch it at least one more time, hopefully once it comes to streaming. I am in the camp that I think the first is slightly better, only because
it has an ending.
Well, no, I don't. I think it's fine. I can't wait to see the next one next year. But I just think that the first was such. It's the classic, like, this is capturing lightning in a bottle. And I think it's absolutely astounding how good of a job they did to improve on that in a lot of ways and make this, like, you guys were, like, Tyler, you and Luigi both really hyped this up. And I was starting to get that, like, oh, is this being overhyped? Like, I love the first one.
Nah.
And I can't wait to see it. No, I know it wasn't. But the first one was so out of nowhere, like, so different and so incredible to me that I just don't know if the sequel could have ever captured that feeling again. But across the board, the jokes are good. The animation is stunning, especially everyone talks about it. But Punk Spider-Man, I mean, just
Hobie.
Hobie. Every frame that he's in is like, it's just incredible. I mean, you could say, like, this is definitely one of those movies. I think you've used this term, Freeman, but like every frame is just like could be a wallpaper.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything that he's in, like, you would want, like, a little animated GIF on your desk of, like, this constantly evolving animation with him, and it's so cool. Like, man, can't wait for the next one. This one was so good. There's not much else to say. It's if you like anything you've heard about on this podcast, you should enjoy Spider-Verse.
On God, respectfully, no cap.
Yeah, all in all, I'm still, how do I put it? I wish I just sucked it up and watched it earlier. I will still admit, like, if I go back and I watch just random clips on YouTube, like random shots of Miles talking in the first movie, I still think they look like anus. But I will say that the movie overall has an amazing art style and is beautiful. It just has bits that I still think are ugly that definitely turned me off at first. That still look a little wonky out of context now. But regardless, I'll eat my shoe and say this is a beautiful movie franchise.
Like, Spot is fantastic, and he is the anti-Spiral.
Oh, he's so good.
And
he's the anti-Spiral.
He literally is anti-Spiral.
Yeah, he's the anti-Spiral. It's crazy how similar it is. Not in a bad way. and everyone else in it is great, but like I just remember from the first movie, just the first time you see Kingpin, and he's this like monstrously huge person. That was so cool to me, and then just the way they like made it feel like a real thing, even though it was very comic booky. That was the feeling that I don't think you could ever recreate. But I can't stress enough that I am still saying that this is an absolute 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5 must-watch banger. Leslie said this was already her movie of the year, and I certainly can't think of anything I watched this year that comes close.
I'll be real, though. Keep it 1,000. Movies this year fucking blow.
You say that, but Barbie and Oppenheimer still have to come out in like 3 weeks.
All right, you know what? Fine. I'll give Oppenheimer the fair chance that it deserves.
All right.
And also, Asteroid City came out, I think. So like,
what?
The new Wes Anderson movie.
Okay.
Oh, do you not like Wes Anderson?
No, I don't remember even ever hearing that name. Not Wes
Oh,
Anderson,
well, it
the
was
movie,
a trailer in Spider-Verse, though.
You got me. I don't
got me.
Dude, I don't remember those trailers at all. Probably partially because of what you're saying. Like I don't give a shit about so many movies this year. I'm looking at my letterbox for the year. John Wick 4, and Dungeons and Dragons and Super Mario Brothers are the only other movies I even bothered going to see in theaters this year. And D&D is second best, but it's not close to Spider-Verse.
Let's see. I'm looking at all my stuff right now. The stuff I saw in theaters, I saw Way of Water. I gave that an objective 4 stars.
Wow. Tyler's movie of the year. Man, imagine if that wins anime or anime of the year, movie of the year.
I will punch the air a lot. I would literally punch the air. All right, I saw Dungeons and Dragons. I saw John Wick. Oh god, this fucking year sucked. Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Speaking of, Tyler, why don't you,
Spider-Man.
Before we hang on for this too long, why don't you talk about your other movie that you saw just yesterday?
Wait, what movie did I see yesterday?
Or today? I don't know when did you put this on Letterboxd?
Oh, I put it on today. I started it over the weekend, and I finished it today when I got home because I was like, I need desperately to bring my brain down because I'm like all fucked up.
Bring your brain down.
Dude, it was like my mind was going for like the last like however long. Yeah, I watched Extraction too. I can talk about that. I didn't even put it down here. You put it down here.
Tyler, do you?
Yeah, watch it.
Go ahead and name the movie, and then I want to read you something.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I watched Extraction 2. It's with Chris Hemsworth. It's a Netflix only movie, and I watched the first one a while ago. And I didn't think too much of it. I was like, oh, the action scenes are pretty cool. Yeah, like I think I kind of like it. I think I can't remember if I watched it again with Leslie, but on a whim, I threw on. I was like, I kind of want to see if this got any better for Extraction 2 over 1. And man, it got way better. Like it's like a really good action movie.
So Tyler, I want to read you the top 2 reviews on Letterboxd and see what you think.
Okay.
3.5 stars. Chris Hemsworth should hang up Thor's hammer and make like 10 more of these instead.
Damn. I agree.
4 stars and a like. Nothing like a ruthless and insipidly violent piece of trash to restore your faith in cinema.
You know what? I can kind of agree with that. The choreography is very good, actually. So I learned the director for these movies. He's basically the same fucking guy who got his start as the stuntman who did John Wick.
Oh wow.
He was literally a stuntman. He did the stunt movie. So this is how probably he got Chris Hemsworth. He got Chris Hemsworth probably because he worked on the stunts for the Marvel movie, a lot of the Marvel movies, including Endgame and I think Winter Soldier. So like, you know, Winter Soldier has been praised for its choreography.
Yeah.
And I could see it like in the first one. Like the first one was like really good, and I like that's what I gave like good notes for. But this one was also just really good. Like the action was just really good. The story is like whatever, right? It tried to go a little bit deeper. I wouldn't say it was anything flashy or like anything to like write home about as far as like story goes. But if you were to watch it for anything, the action is very good. Like it's up there. Uh, I
Nice.
agree with those. I agree with those. I wouldn't
Hell
say
yeah.
it's trash though. I wouldn't say it's trash, but maybe there's something right about it. I don't know. But it's good. If you like John Wick, I would say that I don't know. People might disagree with me on this, but I think it's like almost up there or about the same.
Wow.
Damn.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I feel like this one, like two, I don't know so much about one, but two, I think was definitely a sleeper movie, and I don't think it's gonna get as much traction like John Wick. But I honestly think it's about the same. Like the choreography and the movements are very good,
Maybe
and it's
that's
just
what we'll watch on
balls to the
Sunday.
wall. I mean, I'll watch this movie again. It's nothing but balls to the wall action
Hell yeah.
from beginning to end.
Wait, no, we need to. You know, we need to watch this action that none of us have seen. We need to watch the Raid 2 finally.
Oh shit! Trying to watch the Raid 2, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a scene in Extraction 2 that I could have swore they took the scene or they took inspiration. They had to have from Raid 2.
Really?
Had to have, yeah.
Huh.
If we watch it, I'll tell you which scene it is. It's from.
The only other thing on the watched and played list is a bunch of anime that I watched, and then one thing we all watched. Well, and then Freeman's thing at the end. Freeman, did you intend to finish Dr. Stone or Ranking of Kings? Do you want me to wait like Tony Kawa?
You can talk about Dr. Stone. I have no idea when I'm going to actually sit my other finger down to finish the last three.
That's fine.
They're so bad at watching anime.
So Dr. Stone. So this season was interesting. I gave one absolute 10 out of 10, which we'll talk about later, and then everything else was like good but not astounding. And Dr. Stone definitely fits into that. The middle of this season was like coming back to being excited about this show. Freeman, I think you've seen exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was really like the middle of the season is like big revelations and big exciting, like big shakeups. And then by the end of the season, like it kind of just settles down again. Like there's definitely a cliffhanger. Crunchyroll is earning too much money off Dr. Stone. There is going to be another season of Dr. Stone.
Yeah, as long as the manga's still going, they're going to push for another.
Actually, didn't they already say, Freeman, that it was coming like not this next season, but no, that maybe
we're doing one season off and then it's the next core.
Yeah, so I'm definitely interested to watch, but I said to Val at the end, if Dr. Stone had any competition for what it is at all, I would be less interested in Dr. Stone, but there is just nothing like Dr. Stone, and watching Senku bullshit together some crazy modern contraption out of like twigs is still cool.
It's still enjoyable.
It's still fun. But yeah, this show is surviving purely on the premise. So that's good. Also, it's still sad to hear different Byakuya voice because he's so different. The first one was so good.
Iconic VA.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. Tyler, did you watch the finale of Demon Slayer?
I did not.
You're gonna need to before you watch.
Nah, talk about it. I really don't care about.
We'll talk about it, but I'm telling you, like, you're gonna wanna. Like,
gonna wanna what?
Look, I don't know if we can talk about it with you having not seen.
No.
Oh, talk about it because I don't care.
No, this.
I'm gonna watch it anyway.
What?
Because I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Oh yeah,
I thought you said I won't watch it anyway. That's why I paused.
No. I will watch it. I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't care.
So last season, everyone, I think we can all say, everyone in our group was excited to watch Demon Slayer every Sunday, right? Entertainment District Arc was like hype as fuck.
Yeah.
This season has definitely been not as good. My God, watching them spend half of a season chasing a tiny little demon the size of like a dog, whose whole tactic is to summon other people to fight for him and cry a lot. Man, that was really riveting. Demon Slayer.
But Tim, the tiny man's running animation was really high frame rate.
That works with Spider-Verse. That doesn't work. Frame rate tricks work with Spider-Verse. But
Yeah.
just like it feels like there's this massive power up that's happened off camera where Tanjiro is literally at Hashira level, and like considering how we had a whole arc dedicated to him, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Uzui fighting number 6 and his sister. And then we get to this half season where we kill 2 of them. It's not a spoiler, Tyler. You knew that he was going to die.
Yeah.
You kill 5 and 4 off like they're nothing. Never once did I feel a threat from these guys compared to
geez.
last
So
season.
what is it?
Got?
So you know how like there's been this whole thing happening recently where like Tanjiro will just like suddenly have a tattoo on his face, and like the other Hashira also had like these marks on the side of his cheek.
Boy.
Yeah, they got some weird demon shit going on.
Yeah, so I looked into what's going on here, and there's gonna be an explanation to why they're suddenly so strong, and I think it's once I read it, I'm like, this is even more horseshit than I thought it would be. It will make sense. I don't know if they were meant to explain it at this point in the manga, but
nah, considering the revelation we got just now, this was more important to get to, I'm sure.
Let me guess, they got fucking demon blood in them.
No, they don't have demon blood in them.
Freeman feels like he worded that very carefully.
No.
Yeah.
It's not demon blood.
Okay. I thought you were going to be like the first, because we've seen number 1 moon, or the upper moon 1, and he bears a striking resemblance to many characters, so I thought it was going to be like, oh, his line is...
Oh, I didn't read that far into it. I was like, what the fuck is this mark system that's going on here? Because no one shut up about it in the discussion threads. Like, he's unlocked the mark, so he's stronger. And I'm like, what the fuck is the mark? So I went and I looked into it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Suffice to say, the final episode in this whole season has had pretty great animation, not going to lie. But man, we're definitely not ditching, and Val is a little more interested than I am, but like we are all teetering to some extent between us on Demon Slayer, which was rock solid after Entertainment District.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not going to
drop it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not dropping. Actually, you know what? I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow.
Good idea.
You mind? It is a double length episode.
Yeah, it is 40 minutes.
Shit.
Yeah, it's like a TV hour.
Okay, then I'll still try to watch it tomorrow. I was gonna watch it during lunch, but I was like, I guess not.
Freeman, if I remember correctly, this is similar to Tonikawa, where they confirm the next thing is like an OVA series for a short arc, right?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be something like 6 episodes.
Yeah, some half-season shit.
Yeah, was it the Hashira training arc?
Hashira training arc. And they put like 4 of the Hashira we haven't hung out with yet on the fucking cover. It's like...
I wonder how many backstories they can fit into one OVA.
How many of these can never match up to Rengoku or Uzui in a single minute? Like... Like, I gotta say, Mist Boy at least had something of a backstory, but oh my god, did they do nothing with Love Hashira Girl.
I'm just upset that they're just power creeping Rengoku so hard.
Yeah, what's gonna happen when we fight Akaza, or whatever his name is? Like, Rengoku was so badass, and now we're like, oh, I guess he was tired after the whole train bit, so that's the only reason he lost. Tanjiro's ready now. I don't know. Feels ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not too happy.
But hey, this season showed that Tanjiro's still carrying around Rengoku's hilt, so that's pretty cool. Or the cross guard.
I kind of need Demon Slayer to get knocked down a peg, so that way Studio Ufotable stops and they say like, wait a minute,
nah,
maybe we do need to animate the Fate story.
No, you have enough. It's fine.
No, we need more.
Freeman, Demon Slayer's done. They know how much they can probably budget their entire budget to finish this show right now.
The Fate Stay Night visual novel ended in like 2003. We know what needs to be done.
Yeah, and that didn't earn enough money to pay for until Demon Slayer came around.
Understandable.
Chief export of Japan, as you like to say, Freeman.
former chief export of Japan.
Yeah, now we're back to One Piece. But anyway, only 2 shows left. One of them I'll cover quick. Freeman, you haven't even started the...
No, I wasn't going to watch it until you guys were suddenly like, oh shit, it's canon, you got to watch it.
So here's the thing. Ranking of Kings was shockingly good when Val and I watched it. The opening, one of my oldest anime bangers that I still listen to regularly is that second opening from that by Vaughn D. Friedman. That song.
Yeah, OP2.
That's a absolute banger. Treasure Chest of Kings was a fun little diversion. It's got my lowest score of the season at a 6, but the middle and very last episode completely have to do with the Underworld brothers, and it is way more interesting than watching Kage and Bochi. I keep saying Boji instead of Bochi the Rock.
Boji the Rock.
Seeing them go around and doing like silly little side adventures is fine. It's not bad, but the episodes where you're seeing the backstory of like how Oaken came to be, and then the final episode of the season is like, oh boy, does this plot matter to the overall ranking of King's mythos. And I think they confirmed for this too that this is getting a movie or an OVA.
Oh, then that's a continuation?
Yeah, there's supposed to be like a one-off thing that covers Boji and Kage leaving at the end of season 1 before like a next arc starts or something like that. I don't know, but this was fine. But if you care at all about actually what's happening in Ranking of Kings, you need to at least watch like 3 or 4 of the middle episodes, and the last episode is literally massive canon. Not massive, I don't want to oversell it, but it's big, important canon stuff that has happened in this last episode.
All right, I may just have to blitz the show as we get closer to the next canon continuation arc.
Yeah. But it's time.
It's time.
It's time to talk about peak anime. The anime of the year. This isn't even a question, and I don't think anything's going to beat this.
It's not a question.
It is a question, but we already know the answer.
Vinland Saga Season 2 finished last Monday. And yesterday I turned to Val and I said, I'm so sad this is the first Monday in months we haven't watched a Vinland Saga episode.
I mean,
damn, that was real quiet.
On the flip side,
true, though.
I by a week, and
I didn't think about it until you said that.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. It was pretty sad. But for a show to change so much, and based on reading like Mal and Reddit, some people just fell off and did not make the transition. But this was the most gripping thing.
Whatever, they didn't get to experience peak television.
Like,
not peak anime, peak television.
This is the show that Val and I had a conversation where I was like, I would tell my dad he should watch this.
Yes, this is a show that you don't need to be an anime fan to like.
Yes. Like, just before the podcast, not gonna lie, I rewatched. There's like a 13-minute video where someone's like spliced together a bunch of the clips of tours that lead up to the fight with Askeladd and right after. And I was like, seeing the callbacks about being like a true warrior and everything is just like hits so hard now that we're done with season 2. This was so good. I'll never forget, like I will never forget like the line Torfinn has, that whole sequence with him standing back up after the punch.
That's great.
All the shit with Arnheid and her husband, that fight with Snake, Friedman laughing hysterically at that clanging sound when he kicks the sword.
Yes.
But like the shots of like Valhalla basically, with the cameos coming back from True Dad.
From True Dad.
I'm not gonna lie, the top comment on YouTube of that 13-minute video I watched before this, the top comment is, "Wow, it sucks to see that Torfinn's dad lost to Tors, but he's the strongest soldier ever." So.
Damn.
But no, it's the fact that, what was it, Freeman? One of the producers or one of the directors or something tweeted that picture.
Yeah, I think it was the director.
Tweeted a picture of the Vinland Saga logo with a new look for Torfinn that we've never seen, and
Wait, is it? Didn't we see it at the end of the episode? Or is the one from the tweet different?
No, the one from the tweet is confirming 3. Nothing at the end of the season said 3 is coming.
Well, no, I'm saying the look, because he cuts his hair during like the last.
No, he cuts his hair, but he doesn't have that blue cloak on.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. No. The new haircut. The haircut's a badass ending to season 2, but no, the whole like outfit and everything, the drip. No. But then the Roman numeral 3 being highlighted in the letters of Vinland Saga. There is no anime I would be more excited for a season 3 of. I don't care if the farming saga was the best it's ever going to get. I don't care. It's like Thorfinn is one of the best characters ever written. Like, it is astounding how watching his journey, and it's so incredible. Sorry, you guys can say stuff. I've been talking.
Nah, man, I don't know what to say. It's been fucking amazing. Like I don't know. It's just been really good. Like, I like the show.
It's just been interesting watching the discourse because, like, especially with the anime, we all knew what was going to happen. No one would shut the fuck up about Farmland Saga in every single comment section about this getting announced. Like, I don't think, like, unless maybe we're just too into it and we read up too much. You listen to me yammer on the Weeb shit too much. Maybe there are people who just don't read into stuff at all, and they're just like, "Yeah, I remember that action show from 3 years ago. Let me watch season 2 of it," and then they're just shocked when it's just like, why is this not the same show? And then just don't go online, but they go online exclusively to complain. Like, I don't know who these people are, but like you have to have been living under a rock that had Wi-Fi, but only outbound Wi-Fi in order to have this tape.
Only outbound Wi-Fi.
I was surprised with the number of Patrick stars we had watching this channel.
At the end of the day, I get it. A lot of what you remember from season 1, there's definitely moments that are really important, like the ending, the final conversation. But a lot of what people remember is like Thorfinn versus Torkel, or the fight between Tors and Askeladd at the beginning. Like the big fights are the thing that drew a lot of people in. And so to come to a season where the first fight isn't until that fight on the road after their crops get fucked up, I think.
Yeah.
Like, remember how, like, I remember jumping to my feet when that punch happened, when Thorfinn threw that punch. Oh my god, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't care about missing the action, but I get to someone, I mean, Freeman, we talked already about, like, the Demon Slayer fans who are just here for the animation, or the My Hero fans, like you were talking about before the podcast, the movie for My Hero that was made just to do animation.
Oh, like, the Black Clover movie. Yeah.
No. Same idea. We talked about that during the podcast, but also same thing for My Hero movie. Like, there are these people who just want to see cool fights, and that's totally fair, but if they fell off, hey, that's their call. But, like, this is like Attack on Titan level storytelling.
I'm wondering if I'm starting to, like, create a profile here for this viewer, like the same kind who watched Chainsaw Man and thought it was a bad anime. Like, I'm wondering if there's just a large segment of the audience who just isn't looking for anything more than just, ooh, pretty flashing lights.
I'm sure there is. A lot of them are probably teenagers.
Yeah.
New anime.
A lot of them are probably Zoomer teenagers who, like, I want my flashy, like, sick-ass fights. And it's like, what is this about being a true warrior? What is this pussy shit? I want my fights.
God.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He got punched a lot? What a loser.
But, like, even when I was a high schooler, like, watching anime, and this may just be that, like, anime is not as niche as it used to be. Like, I would watch shows that I would think were deep, and I'd watch them specifically because I thought they were deep, but they weren't that deep. Whereas you take a show like this, and, like, this is legitimately a deep show to think about this type of character development. Like, I would have killed to have taken high school me, ripped Blood Plus out of his hands, and dropped the Vinland Saga in. Like, I would have paid good money for that.
But, like, do you think young kids are watching, like, Attack on Titan and for anything other than the clips of, like, cool 3D maneuver
violence? And not seeing the deep allegory to it? Probably.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. 3D maneuver gear is what got me to even give season 1 a chance.
Same thing with Vinland Saga. We all stuck around because we got invested enough in the character. Are they just watching clips on YouTube and being like, ooh, cool? Like, how many people got to the point where they're like, I didn't watch Vinland Saga. These clips of these fights were really cool. What the fuck are they why are they farming? What is this, slavery? Like being a slave? Look at their hands. These aren't cool.
Like, if people actually skipped season 1 or like, I'm just going to jump in at season 2. Like, I really hope nobody did that, because that's the biggest mistake.
That's like starting Attack on Titan in like season 2.
Yeah, let me just watch the Final Saga part 1.
Oh, this guy turns into a Titan? Yeah, that makes sense.
Man, like, I'm just thinking, like, while you guys are just talking about, I'm just like, yo, legitimately, though, Vinland Saga is such a good show.
So here's so I brought up
No,
Attack
I'm
on
repeating myself.
No,
but
that's
Jesus.
fine. Tyler, it's worth repeating. We all gave it a 10 out of 10, and it is all of our anime of the year already. The reason I want to bring that up is because I talked about Attack on Titan. Something else is happening this year. We got part 1 of the finale, and we're going to get part 2, what, Freeman, in September?
I think it's October.
October? Like,
so coming up
Attack
soon.
on Titan will end this year, and we will decide if it is actually like a lifetime achievement level thing. Does finale part 1 and part 2, obviously we haven't seen part 2, but is there a chance that those beat out all of season 2 Vinland Saga to be the better anime of the year?
I mean, look, I'm a huge Attack on Titan fan. I feel like season 2 of Vinland Saga is going to be a better complete package. Like, dragging out Attack on Titan the way they did is, not going to lie, killing hype and excitement, and I don't know how...
What do you mean dragging out?
You don't think they're dragging out Attack on Titan?
I mean, I think they're trying to...
I think this shit should have ended when final season part 1 was airing.
I mean, I don't think a lot of the later stuff is as good as the beginning, but I still remember scenes vividly from us all watching the part 1 together. Like,
yeah,
Hanji and that ending with the boat plane, and like the flashback to that kid on the beach that Eren talked to. Holy shit.
Oh no, I'm not saying the final season part 1 was bad, but
no,
I think
that,
that, like,
I know you're not saying it is, but like,
I promise I'm gonna end up treating Attack on Titan more as a complete package across all seasons together when the finale airs, versus comparing final chapter part 1 and 2 together versus... I really sound so fucking stupid. Versus Vinland Saga season 2.
I only bring it up because it's gonna end up being like a full 3 hours worth of footage, right? It's like that's not.
Yeah.
That's not.
Wait, how much was the first part?
Wasn't it an hour and a half, or was it only an hour?
It may have only been
Either way, it's a chunk of anime that's like longer than even a standard movie, probably. I don't know. All I know is I think this will still win, like you said, Freeman. I think Attack on Titan is probably the strongest anime in the running for strongest anime package of all time. And like I said earlier, it would be something I would tell my dad, hey, watch Demon Slayer, or not Demon Slayer, watch Attack on Titan and watch Vinland Saga. Those are anime that you can absolutely get plenty out of as someone who doesn't watch a single second of anime.
Yeah, final season part 1 was just an hour.
Okay, so it's probably going to be 2 hours, maybe a little more, depending on how long the final part is. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't seem like we can really go or do anything else other than talk and fight a little bit for the final part. So who the fuck knows what's going to happen for this final part?
There's still room to disappoint the fan base, just like the manga did.
For real.
I don't know, man. That final shot was pretty good.
Oh, it was, and the real final shot's gonna be good too. Whether it's in a good way or in a bad way, it's gonna be good.
Man, that's not even a topic worth broaching. Like, will Attack on Titan stick the landing after literally almost a decade of being like in the running for most famous anime ever?
Dude, every time I bring this up to my manga reading friends, they always give me a face, and it has me concerned. And I'm hoping it just has to do with how the last couple chapters were like executed and not purely just the writing of it. But
man, are we getting a less terrible Promised Neverland set up here, right? Like,
where
the last 5 minutes just turned into an absolute piece of shit. Less bad. Attack on Titan could never sink that low. Monkey paw curls.
But we don't know. I've been sitting on an unconfirmed spoiler for years that I refuse to get validated, and if it's true, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. So I've been like really, really just hoping that's not what it is.
It was so many years ever since we first started in your old apartment, Freeman, watching Attack on Titan. Val keeps telling me that she over the years she kept getting spoiled by Facebook shit of things that were going to happen in Attack on Titan, and I'm like,
damn,
thank fucking God that didn't happen to me. Although the flip side is, I think I told you guys this, I got spoiled for a thing coming in Chainsaw Man so fucking bad, and I'm really pissed.
Damn.
Yeah, because it was Freeman. I told you it was Super Eye Patch Wolf's video about it. And he just nodded.
Really?
Yeah, in his video, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, this crazy thing happens. I'm like, oh.
I will say I did get spoiled for Vinland Saga, though.
What, for future stuff?
Yeah, there's one thing. There's something that happens later on.
All I know is the next arc is called the Baltic War arc, so that sounds rad as hell.
Wait, Tim, real quick, with Chainsaw Man, is it? Were you spoiled to what happens that leads into Chainsaw Man Part 2?
No, I was spoiled by something that happens to a very, very important character.
Gotcha, because I know there's a lot of things that happen to a lot of characters before Part 2 starts.
No. Like, we're talking death of a character.
Yeah, I'm talking about death of multiple characters.
Okay, well, maybe there's other shit.
Sorry if I spoiled more.
No. There's Freeman. It's Chainsaw Man. We saw one of the saddest deaths. Talk about Tors dying in the beginning of Vinland Saga. We saw a really cool fucking character die in what, episode 9?
Yeah.
Of Chainsaw Man? Was it 10? Like, that shit was crazy.
8 or 9, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get more like that.
I don't know, assuming Mappa decides to make more Vinland Saga or Chainsaw Man. But anyway, Freeman, why don't you round us out after talking about peak anime? Why don't you talk about whatever the fuck this Fate thing is?
Finally, I can close it out. The newest, and I can say this because it's like a book because the fucking length of this thing I'm reading. The latest Fate Grand Order chapter. What?
I thought this was a fake title.
No, this is a real title.
Oh
the latest chapter of Fate Grand Order. Fate Grand Order, Cosmos and the Lost Belt. Lost Belt number 6. Fey Roundtable Domain, Avalon LaFey. The Moment a Planet is Born. Both Part 1 and Part 2 have been released, with Part 3 coming out, I think, in another 2 weeks.
Why are we here?
This is... Look, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say the positive part first. This has been the best written story chapter in Fate Grand Order ever written. The characterization of all of the new characters introduced in the storyline, and the way they actually take you and they take your partner character, and they for the first time in forever split you up and have your own meaningful storylines, has been phenomenal. This was written by the original author of Fate Stay Night, as opposed to some of the guest authors they bring on who have been hit or miss. And it's been really good to read, but holy fuck, this shit is long. I remember 2 years ago when this came out in the Japanese version. When this got announced, we were on the train to Val's bachelorette party into the city, and I turned to Tyler and I showed him the picture that I included in the show notes, where they printed out, I don't know if they printed out,
yes.
they brought the equivalent amount of paper it would take them to print out the story chapter in full text, and they're like, "This is how big it is, guys. Like, this is longer than most of Fate Stay Night."
For those who can't see the picture, it's a stack of paper like a 1.5 feet tall. Or no, it's 200 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 Hammermill 8.5 by 11 packages of paper.
If you go on Google and you search the phrase Lost Belt 6 pages, it's like the first 3 pictures are just the one presenter with the stack of papers for how long this thing is. I have only finished reading part 1, and this is already part 1 alone is longer than any chapter release has been in any of Fate Grand Order. And it's kind of annoying how much I have to read for this stupid fucking mobile game, because they put so much content in the story release. There's nothing else happening in the game because they want to give you time to read. It's like no events have run in over a month. There's just been like nothing. They've been releasing new gacha characters, but it's just like they're like, go on, read, and I'm just like, holy fuck, this is a lot. And we still haven't released part 3 yet. And Fate's anniversary is next weekend. So I don't know. It's fun. It's a cool story, but holy shit, they could have spread this out a little longer. But that's it. That's all I got to talk about with Fate. I've spent too much time talking about this franchise this week.
That's funny though, but that's what makes Freeman though.
Yeah, the Fate is baked in.
I kind of wish I went back to mid-pandemic Friedman and stopped him from installing this stupid game. Be like, just watch the anime, bro. It's not that deep.
Freeman's 2 things that he wishes he could go back in time for was go back in time and replace Bloodlust with Vinland Saga. And go back in time and stop himself from getting into Fate.
Nah, bro, it's a canon event. I can't stop them.
It's a canon event. I can't stop it.
It is so funny to me that canon event became an actual like turn of phrase now because of Spider-Verse.
So stupid.
So Spider-Verse versus Vinland Saga for the top of the episode. Just kidding, it's Vinland Saga. We all know.
Just kidding, it's Vinland Saga. It's always Vinland
one of the most hype, one of the most hyped sequels to one of my favorite movies of all time versus an anime that I gave a 9 out of 10 to on season 1 and ended
versus
up
a Viking anime that is about Vikings anymore.
Yeah, no, it's about Vikings learning to not be Vikings. God, remember? Oh my God, I feel like I could just sit here and rattle off like literally a dozen moments that have stuck with me from the Vinland Saga season. Like Canute pointing out at the ocean and telling it to stop, and you stop for a quarter second, you're like, holy shit, wait. Is this show about to change a lot?
Yo, my God.
I still
when we find out that what's his face, the master is actually a dickhead.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Kenta,
yeah.
Oh, that blew. Honestly,
heel
that
turns.
shook me. I was like,
Dude,
wait,
oh my God!
you're telling me
when he goes into the stable with Arn? Oh my!
Yeah, that was a rough scene.
that scene. Oh my God, yeah,
or
him.
you're talking about just the fact that his whole life's been a lie. That part.
The whole that.
I mean,
part,
that's a big revelation. Yeah.
I mean, there's that, and then which came first? Was it him and the no? It was him being found out, right? That he wasn't.
Yeah, no, because Snake talks about him after he does that. I thought.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah.
It comes up a lot
when
at
he
the beginning
does
of the battle.
Arnhide thing, I was like, whoa.
Because afterward, when they're getting ready for the battle, everyone's like, Snake, why are you following this guy? And he's like, I found out he's a liar, but he still took me in, so I have to work for him.
Yeah, dude, it was that Arnhide scene. I was like, this is rough.
Oh
I was
my
like, this
God.
is actually
Dude,
a hard watch.
No joke. We're talking about anime of the year. Arnhade's VA should probably win like performance of the year. She did so much crying and so many like long, steady, like uncomfortable ass discussions. Like,
yeah,
some of those oh my God, some of those screams were a little too real.
Yeah, it was man, it's a good show.
God, remember when they were so happy about their wheat field?
Stop.
They were so happy.
I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop.
How did the old master raise Kettle? Like, how the fuck does that happen?
I don't know. I'm not surprised now by the kids though.
Oh my God.
Being pieces of garbage.
I legitimately don't. I wonder if we're ever gonna see Torgil again. He walked off.
He did. He's like, well,
that was.
I guess there ain't shit for me.
What an amazing scene where he just shows up at the beach and he's like, "What the, what happened? What?"
Right.
And then he just
what do
wanders
you
off.
mean?
Like he seems so broke. Like what a flip from him and his brother, Omar. Like what an absolute flip in characters who learned the right lessons and the wrong lessons the whole time. All right.
What do you mean they fucked off? What do you mean what? We were gonna kill those guys.
Yo, we were gonna fight or die trying because that's what Vikings do. Why did they leave? They're Vikings. Well, they had Canute had a conversation. God,
which
crazy.
Man, and that's another scene when he's like, "Yo, someone's here to see you." His name's Thorfinn,
and he says, "Fuck you." Oh my God.
He's like, "I don't know who that is." I was like, huh?
How dare you? How dare you?
In his defense, Leaf has been hunting down people named Thorfinn, and apparently he's run into a ton of them. So it might be like
yeah, but it's a common name. But still, he says.
Nah, you saw the look on his face.
Yeah, there was the look. He knew it was probably him.
He knew because we find out that he's the one who put him into slavery in the first place.
Yo, you know what's so fucking wild though? Floki keeps getting away with it. Like he's right there. Why is he not in any of the shots where Torfinn's talking to Canute? Where the fuck did Floki go? He needs to die already for literally the beginning of starting this. He started this whole thing, and he's just he's literally right there, and we don't get to see something happen.
No.
I was like, we can't possibly. Oh my God.
Yo, I keep forgetting that. Oh my God. Why am I forgetting his name?
Who is he?
Big dude with the eye patch.
Oh, Torgil, yeah.
Torgil, yeah, Torgil. No, you know why? Because Torgil is the name of the dog in Final Fantasy 16. And that's why it's fucking me up, because he has no H. It's just T-O. So I'm like, Thorgil is we haven't seen him the second half of the season.
No, I said it to Val. He has one scene when Canute is leaving for the farm, and he goes, "Fuck that guy! I hate that guy now." And that's that and the scene when Canute goes to that farm and does the. Oh my God! Remember the pillars of smoke? Holy shit! Yes, I forgot.
That was a scene.
But like he's in those 2 scenes and nothing else in the whole show.
I just want him so bad. Like, so as much as I need the reunion scene and I got all that, now I need Thorgil finding
Finding Thorfinn.
Thorfinn.
Oh, so
I
badly.
need them to meet again.
Dude,
I need it.
My hope beyond hope is that if we're going somewhere else for another war, or there's like another war that's happening, Torgil is like, man, I'm fed up with this Canute guy. I'm gonna go do whatever I want, be a mercenary again, and he just shows up again. That'd be so great.
I need it like air. I need him to flip shit.
The fact that Wolf, Canute's number 2 guy, the fact that he knew who Thorfinn's dad was and recognized that he's the guy who scarred Torgil.
Yes.
Oh my god! Like, what a legend!
What a bloody legend!
Oh god! All right, we're 30 seconds from 2 hours.
I'm done gushing. I'm done gushing.
I mean, we'll probably gush literally till we still talk about Attack on Titan. We'll still talk about Vinland Saga probably forever. It's in the pantheon now. It's
in the pantheon
I'll
now.
end it on this. I know I told you guys this, and I think I talked about it on the podcast. It is officially only the second show that has ever gotten a 10 out of 10 on Mal from me. It has joined Violet Evergarden as the second 10 out of 10 I have given anything. So
the gate has been opened.
And icing on the cake now. The openings and enders are.
Oh my god! Literally 4 for 4 again. How do they keep getting away with it?
How do they keep getting away with it?
Val and I went out last night, and Val had Dr. Stone on, but like half the time when we drive, it's just the Vinland Saga playlist because.
River, take me.
Paradox, River.
Dude, they got to bring back Survive Set the Prophet for season 3.
But they can only do one. That's the rule. They always do one opening and then leave the other one to be a banger from somebody else. I still can't believe that Aimer did an ending for this show. She does openings all over the fucking place and is like huge after the Demon Slayer Entertainment District arc opening, and she does the ending. One of the endings is, oh my god, it's crazy.
All right, we can stop now. We can stop.
So, everyone who's listening to this, go watch Vinland Saga. But until next time, when we can finally hear about the Moon Couple show, if nothing else, and the other shows that are ending, I can't wait to talk about Mashal next time, Freeman. That's gonna be.
Boy.
And Hell's Paradise, with Tyler also was watching. So
I gotta catch up.
We have some good shows to talk about next time already on the docket. So
yes.
But until next time, everyone, thank you so much for listening. My name is Timpedia.
I'm Friedman.
Just Tyler.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening.